Shoot, I did that in the wrong order.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel, and I'm one of the hosts of Honorable Mentions. Thanks for watching our stream tonight. This is a very special stream because both me and my co-host are sick. I have COVID, and he has a preschool disease. One of the diseases you get when your kids are in kindergarten or preschool. It was a question about whether we would do the show tonight because we're both sick, and we decided to do it. And for my own personal reasoning was threefold. One, even though I have COVID, I don't have to leave the house. Therefore, I'm not endangering anyone. Two is that I think it's funny. I think everyone enjoys people suffering intentionally on screen and on stage, and therefore there's a capacity for or a potential for humor. And three is I hoped it would boost ratings. I hope people would feel bad for me specifically and watch the show as a consequence. We're going to go sicko mode tonight. Thank you, JT Dog Zone, who is also pure coincidence our guest tonight. But before we get to our guest, let's get to my co-host, the wonderful, the family man, the funny man, the everyman, Adi Heller. Give it up for Adi.
Hello. We know you're sick because you forgot to mention that I'm not on the logo.
Yeah, one day we will get a D on the logo. I like to mention it every week, and today I forgot because of how sick I am. So thank you, Adi, for mentioning that. Not too sick to remind me, but otherwise definitely ill. It's not just us though. We also have a wonderful guest tonight. She is one of the funniest people I know. She is also a talented musician. You can find her music on Bandcamp. Please give it up for June Eisenhart.
Hello. Hello.
Chaim.
L'chaim. Did you say L'chaim? Okay.
Yeah.
When I'm sick, I retreat to Sunday school.
Okay.
L'chaim is a traditional Jewish exaltation that means to life. For those of you, particularly Goy viewers out there.
Yeah. Thank you for helping me.
Yeah.
I mean, there were context clues, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Now I know. Now I have the definition, which is better for me.
There's a whole song in Fiddler on the Roof called L'chaim where they just keep on going back and forth between saying L'chaim and to life, L'chaim to life.
So it's just a nice little dictionary song. They're just translating. Yeah. That's very kind of them.
Also, if you're familiar with the band, is it Haim or Haim? H-A-I.
I've always gone Haim. But it's funny to think of them as Haim because they are all Jewish, and that would be interesting in that context.
Well, in any case, Haim or Haim, however you pronounce it in the Gentilic world, it's from the Jewish, which means life. That's where the name comes from.
That's right. Dismissive with a good point, which is that it's as opposed to If I Were a Rich Man, the anti-dictionary song, Bitty Bitty Bum.
Bitty Bitty Bum.
Bitty Bum.
Not a Bitty Bitty Bum is the Jewish version of Yabba Dabba Doo. I always thought
it was actually Adam Sandler's.
I love the part of Fiddler on the Roof where the fiddler falls off the roof and then runs in the air for a little while before he looks down.
I've always thought Tevye had huge, Fred Flintstone vibes, and I'm glad that we're getting into it.
That's actually how they escaped. They escaped in a car that was just powered by his legs.
Tevye got those Flintstone gams. Yeah. You know that boy runs his car.
You ever look? I'm just looking for a guy with those thick legs, that can have his own automobile.
Got the Flintstone calves.
It's sad that this is where my head went, but I immediately knew that Bam Bam sided with the Russians and was destroying their village with his club.
Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Isn't Bam Bam a child?
I mean, at the beginning.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't know a lot about Flintstones lore, and I'm revealing it. I'm embarrassing myself.
I think there's a lot of flash forwards and flash sidewards. There's I know there's a Jetson Flintstone movie, and they're different movies. And,
do they do a Riverdale thing where they have a whole season that's called Rivervale, and it all takes place in a weird dream version of the town?
Oh, I wish.
Flint's Bones.
Because that did happen.
I think you're thinking about the cereal, the series of cereal commercials, which are about the Fruity Pebbles, where they have more of a Trix Rabbit relationship. They've reconfigured the Barney and Fred relationship, more like Rabbit, and then he's still Fred.
Barney, because Barney took his Fruity Pebbles, but that's not their vibe.
That's not their. I don't think that's the original dynamic.
No.
And there's Fruity Pebbles and there's Chocolate Pebbles. Chocolate Pebbles, but they're both Pebbles, I think.
Yeah.
And they're both being stolen.
It takes place in a cursed pocket dimension where they never became friends, and it's all very sad.
So basically, it is the version that it is the Flintstone Vale Veilstone. Yeah.
And it's also the version, it's the Fiddler on the Roof version where the rebels persecuted the Flintstones.
Oh God.
Um,
I'm sorry again. I did it twice.
Sad. I'm sad.
It's okay. It's
Um,
dark. We have to go dark sometimes. But we didn't go dark tonight because even though we're both sick, we thought let's still do a show. Why not?
Let's turn the lights on.
Cool. I'm gonna bring up my folder.
Yes. Is it ready? Am I missing it?
I'm bringing it up now.
Tonight, so this is what I can tell everybody about tonight. Everything is going to take exactly 7 seconds longer than it normally does.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if we're sick, everything is going to take us a little longer.
First, I want to make sure that we hit David Thomas's segment. So David Thomas is a man who is a co-producer, co-executive producer of the channel, and he has started to do flexing videos for my show. Basically, I think it became sort of a taunt. A taunt from us became a pitch for flexing videos. That's how the channel works. And now we're going to watch a new flexing video from David Thomas. This is the new flex segment. Is everyone ready for David's new video?
Chat, are you ready?
Chat, are you ready? Post some flexing arms in the chat if you're ready. We'll assume you're working on finding that emoji in your emoji database while I press play.
Happy Wednesday. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Adi. Hello, guests. Welcome to the
Really
That was
insulting.
really dismissive.
It's dismissive.
I don't know. The name. This needs a segment name, right? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm open to ideas.
He didn't try at all.
We have a lot.
I do appreciate the fact that this is a pre-recorded video, but it's unedited. It's completely
It's
unedited.
unedited. It has so many pauses. He clearly did it in one take. Didn't bother to look up who the guest would be. He says it's for Wednesday, but it could be the same video as last week. No one would know. It's the same.
Yeah, I don't want to go too hard on him because I want him to keep making them.
I also do.
I want him. I know he can do better. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
We all spent a couple years watching so many videos he edited.
I know. Where's that energy now? That the
Yeah.
muscles are real instead of online. Like
I'm
it's
gonna
still
send-
online.
I'm going to send David just a really gentle email where we gently make some criticisms of his flex video.
Couple notes.
Couple
We've got
notes.
a couple
You
notes.
just make a bulleted list. Yeah.
But let's keep going.
A lot of fun here in the Flex War, but it's a great point. Starting last week, we may as well make these educational, right? And throw in some body positivity. You guys will notice in the Flex, here's a, I can't angle on up to, I don't know, I see pro wrestlers do this one, but you'll see in the arm, if you're in the light, look at that, stretch marks. Stretch marks are totally natural, especially if, like me, you have been doing a lot of work for a bit and you've grown in size. They're, I don't know, they're totally natural. They're actually, you should be proud of them because it's a sign of hard work. So if you have them, don't be ashamed. Anybody who knows, and they should be fucking impressed. So there's the good message.
He completely got me back.
I don't think I can get over how echoey the bathroom is. I'll be completely honest. Put a towel up, David. It's hard to understand you. It's the audio is miserably bad.
I can tell you're much more upset about that than you being an afterthought.
It's not personal. I'm not mad about that anymore. I'm letting it go. It's fine.
I think, you know what, June, your voice is really a voice which we've been missing on the channel, which is just someone to tell us how things are bad.
Last time I was here, I think we spent about 10 minutes making fun of your emails.
Yeah.
It was 15.
Your organization. I'm sorry. I I miss both of you like a lot. I want to hang out. I don't know why I came on here to be mean. That's not my thing. I don't know. Maybe it is. Am I a bad person?
I don't think you're being mean. I just think the rest of us are kind of like cowards, and we're like not willing to say the hard things that'll make the show and the channel better. Like, I think there's no reason for us not to have 400 viewers right now because we're all so fucking funny.
David, June just had a couple technical notes, and they'll be coming in a gently worded email from Rachel.
I would say like collectively like A- on the segment. I think that's where we're going.
Yes, we all landed on A- if you average all the grades. A-. I think it's pretty good. Also, the flex was great. Look, David flex good. He got
good.
He got big arms.
So good.
Have you seen the arms on that boy? They're large.
David, I really, really enjoyed your body positivity statements. I liked them a lot.
I do struggle with the idea of a really built hunk teaching me things because I feel like I kind of want to live in a fantasy where all hunks are just like very like are just having a great time, and it's not that they're dumb, they're just like carefree. So I'm torn on whether I want the hunk to also be smarter than me and be in a position of teaching me something. When I'd love, a hunk to just talk about, how nice it feels to walk around and wear a tight shirt and stuff. I don't know. I'm conflicted morally.
I think I'm okay with the hunk teaching me things if, like in this previous segment, it is always through muscles. There's only the way you can demonstrate it is like, today we're going to talk about today we're going to talk about gravity. And in order to explain that, I've balanced both a feather and a brick on my bicep, and I'm going to drop them, and you'll all see that technically they fall at the same rate. Like, as long as we keep it hunky, I'm okay with that being educational.
I also
and keep it happy.
Keep it hunky, keep it happy.
Keep it happy. I also wouldn't mind like some fun hunk props. Like there's a lot of horse hunks if you want to bring in some horse stuff, or maybe like have a fun fire hose with you. I know that hunks often are dressed like firefighters. This guy's in the grass.
That's good. That's a great hunk pose.
It's a great hunk. I'm gonna do just like the happy hunk. I've always, to me, like I love a hunk who just smiles. I feel like I don't need a hunk who looks serious. I feel like that gets silly. But I love a smiley hunk.
Yeah, when you started talking, Rachel, about what you want hunks to do, I just imagined a lot of high fives.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want. Look at that hunk is dreaming. That hunk wants to be on Broadway.
That hunk is imagining being even hunkier.
Yeah. That hunk just watched David Thomas's Flex segment.
Yeah.
That hunk was just picking flowers.
Yeah. He's actually trying to get it away from him because he is allergic.
Does
not want it.
That's why he doesn't. That's why he's not smiling.
He's not smiling because his throat's closing up.
This is a great. This incorporates both the rose imagery and the cowboy imagery. So a 10 from this iStock photo. I love it when they combine hunk archetypes.
Yes. You've really thought a lot about this.
I think about
hunks. This is quite a hunk combo.
I'm not gonna lie to you both. I think about hunks all the time.
It's like 90% of my thoughts. I love the hunk with the enormous junk, the big penis, and a ficus. Like that shit is great. like it's not even a real tree. It's not real. That's a fucking backdrop.
That was my immediate thought. I once went to outside. It reminds me of I once went to a wedding where they had the desserts hanging from a fake tree. And it looked so fake.
Yeah.
That's a dessert. That hunk is a dessert.
I want to tell you guys how upset I am. This
I'm
is
saying.
model Jessie Blum, supportnatureproject.com. I go to supportnatureproject.com.
No!
Reached.
Wait, but can we look up model Jessie Blum?
Support Nature
And then model
Project.
Jessie Blum has a site up.
Jessie Blum, you are hereby invited to the show.
Yes.
Model
Oh,
Mayhem. Is this the same
that's
guy?
not my itch back hardcore.
I think that's the same guy. I think that's Jessie Blum.
Okay.
Jessie Blum years later. Oh, we could add it, Jessie
Oh.
on Skype.
Starting to feel like that's not Jessie Blum.
Jessie Blum. I think it is.
I think the fact that one of his photos has a watermark on it makes me think that maybe it's not him, and it's like extremely compressed and JPEG artifacted.
Are you suggesting someone is stealing Jessie Blum's identity?
Yeah, and if there's somebody I suspect, I would have to say Rachel, because she's done the research.
This just went through 3 steps of a true crime podcast.
Guys, I would love to start a true crime podcast with you, except that I wouldn't because I don't believe in true crime. I only believe in fake crime, as I
Fake
believe.
crime.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, I think we mostly detailed a fake.
I've
crime.
never seen a murder, so
Me neither.
don't know why anyone would do that.
Well, we do have some tweets
What's
to
a
look
murder?
at.
All right, tweets. We come for tweets. We've got tweets.
Wow, it's tweet time.
It's tweet time. The first tweet I wanted to show you all has 80,000 likes, and it's from Dan Ozzie, whoever he happens to be. According to this, he is America's only music writer. I despise Instagram accounts that post screenshots of funny tweets. You want to see a funny tweet? Come here and sift through 92,000 absolutely dog shit posts per day like the rest of us. How do we feel about this one?
I mean, I think it's funny and I think it's accurate because, like, I too do actually hate like Instagram posts that steal tweets. And I know that you must also, Rachel, because they frequently steal yours with no attribution, which sucks. But also, like, I like it because it does expose the fact that, like, I think part of my superiority complex does come from the fact that I'm like, you haven't paid your dues. Why do you get to see funny tweets? I had to look at all the bad tweets first. Like, he's right.
I am sympathetic. So no, I'm not sympathetic to people who repost tweets on other social media. I am one of them. It's not sympathy. It's self-awareness, which is much worse. But I don't like accounts where that's all they do. That is really gross, I think.
Yeah.
But I am lazy and I'm tired and
You have preschool disease.
I want to share things I think are funny as fast as I can.
Yeah.
That's a very justified place to be. For my sake, I don't think I would mind as much, except for what happens when, for example, one of my high school friends sees one of my tweets on Instagram and, on like a meme aggregator Instagram account. And they're like, oh my God, congratulations, you made it. With this idea that it's an honor to have your content stolen or aggregated. If people just contacted me and it's like, look at this asshole who stole your tweet, LOL, then I think I would have a healthier attitude toward it because I wouldn't feel the need to like educate people who only want to wish me well about the essential dynamic here. I feel like I have to let my friends down by letting them know that this is not actually an honor for me, that this is actually just kind of annoying.
Well, it's also like it's frustrating because it betrays like a misunderstanding about like the legitimacy of things you see on the internet. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you've just revealed yourself to me as a person who thinks that like if somebody has an account and it's even like vaguely big, and if there's a collection of things on the internet, then that person must have like submitted to it. It must be a legitimate journal. Like it must be real. And it's like, no, babe. Like people just steal shit. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Rachel didn't submit this to a journal. It's not like going to print. Like she's not getting any money. Like it's not. This is not real.
It's
I'm
like,
not entered to win a 1996 Honda sedan by the inclusion of my tweet on your aggregator site.
No, like no. And it's like it's very funny because it's like, yeah, right, exactly. The pat on the back that it's like, wow, you finally made it to like memes.lol at Instagram.com. I don't know. I just revealed that I don't know how URLs work.
I've long believed that you need to. It is very important to consume artists in the way they want to be consumed, and because they are literally telling you what the reward they need is for their efforts, and so it's a podcast. Like you have to listen to it on a podcast site, right? Like it's a and it's quite simple. Someone tweets, the reward for that, if you like it, is likes and retweets. And that's it. It's so simple to compensate them for their efforts.
It's not that. It's not right. You retweet the shit or share the link or something, whatever.
Yeah. Follow them. It's really, the site has it built in.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just, save my life in a moment, in an hour of need. If you see a tractor trailer coming toward me, push me out of the way and replace my body with yours. And then I'll be like, oh, cool. Now we're even on that time you took my tweet and put it on your website.
I'm going to disagree, Rachel. I don't think that's explicit in tweeting that that's the compensation you expect. So I think you need to put that in your profile.
All right, I will. Anyways, Instagram won't exist in 2 years.
Which is when that's going to happen to you?
Yeah. So I have 2 years to do this.
Do y'all think that Instagram will be shuttered when Facebook finally collapses?
Yeah. Facebook is. Did you guys see the Meta video today?
They lost like 30% of their stock value, right? Or something crazy. Or it's no 30% decline in revenue or something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't even know.
They're not doing great.
I'm trying to look for the one.
People are
I don't
freaking out.
understand how Facebook could lose money.
Yeah. Look, they're selling VR headsets, a famously good product that everyone is trying to buy.
I'm glad that's where we're directing your
I
criticism.
will say, actually, Ansult in the chat says that they should print the meme aggregator posts, and I actually would love a coffee table book of like blown out JPEGs of memes from the past year that when I open the book, I don't even remember what they were about anymore. I just want like a coffee table book of like terrible cheap Kinko's videos. I don't remember why they were funny.
I can make that happen for you, June.
Thanks, Adi. That sounds like a lot of work for you. You sound really busy to make that bit happen. But if you do, I'll
But I've got
appreciate it.
6 months until Christmas, so.
Wow, that's true. Or are we?
I'm trying to
Is that
find.
SpongeBob Metaverse?
I'm trying to find the video of them, of Neil deGrasse Tyson and Mark Zuckerberg in the metaverse because it's really funny to me, and I can't find it. I don't understand.
Didn't know that exists. I like just MetaZuck.
MetaZuck. Anyway, I give up. I can't find it. I didn't have it saved, and now I can't find it, and we're gonna move on.
I have a friend who works for Meta,
Yeah.
and he works remotely, and they have sent large number of their employees the headsets, and they are now expected to have meetings online in the metaverse, and they do.
Yeah.
They
Does
do,
he-
and it.
Is it painful?
He says that it's disorienting, that it's
Yeah.
not awful, it's not as bad as you would think, but that it's not like better than having a meeting. Also, I love this guy.
Oh yeah, this guy. Have you guys seen this guy?
Look at this
I'm not
fucking
seeing
guy.
it. Sure. We need to
God.
get Jessica Bryant on here for this one.
The number of I think the percentage of quote tweets to this video that would just be it me is probably like 70%, you know?
We can find that out.
It'd be like mood, it me. Okay, never mind.
No,
Pablo, you
no,
good?
most people
Yeah,
don't
my bad.
associate
Yeah,
with,
there you
with
go.
haunting creatures.
I do feel like my bad is very close to it me. I feel like my
Yep.
bad
Yeah, that's one.
is a cousin.
Okay, man.
Me when the
And
prune
I
juice
was
kicks
like
in.
aiming for
There we
middle of the
go.
road.
Yeah, quote tweets can be funny, and they can also be like so mid that it actually kind of breaks your heart.
Mid is the worst place.
Like there was
Like this one, she gets weird when she smokes weed. Is like this tweet would be funnier if it just said, "Sorry, that's my girlfriend," right? But you were like, you added the smokes weed part, and you're like,
Get it? I know about weed.
extremely mid. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Chief Keef, what did you expect? Wait. Go up to my girlfriend smokes weed again.
Yeah.
It's Chief Keef mid E.
Midi.
maybe-
Yeah.
It's right there.
Funky. Wow, that person has a lot of followers.
yeah. They probably post a lot. I'm assuming.
I guess
Probably
you
other
know,
people's stuff too.
having 13K followers, it doesn't prevent you from sometimes tweeting not such a banger. Yeah, there it is. It me.
It me?
Well, you know.
Me. Oop, another weed.
Another weed one.
It's an it me weed.
Also, that person I feel like is revealing to me that they might not smoke weed because 10 blunts seems like too much.
Like
I
yeah,
don't-
like I don't smoke that
Like
much.
not too much.
Like
To me-
like a blunt is a very big, it's a large amount of weed. Like 10
Yeah.
blunts is I don't know if you're actually doing that, buddy. I feel like you're overselling it.
Maybe if you go to like a blunt convention where like you have all these people just giving you blunts. I like this
That's
is
one.
this is a good variation of the it me. I'm just as God made me. I like
I
that.
actually do like that. I think that's funny.
Best one yet.
And this God made me.
Dismissive says, "Come on, toilet stuff. I've only seen one quote tweet about toilet stuff. Great point. This guy is clearly shitting his pants. I don't understand why that's not reflected in the quote tweet.
It's true. It's clearly somebody crab walking so that they don't poop, or they already are pooping. Yeah.
Or because they did poop and they don't want it to touch anything.
They're trying to keep their butt as far away from the rest of their body as they can. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's literally just a crackhead. Just a crackhead?
A mere crackhead. No need to worry yourself about it.
It's
Me a crackhead, me a
not a
crackhead.
creature.
Run
It's
along.
simply a symptom of the failed state we all live in.
Guys, there's a lot of discussion in the quote tweets about is this 10 blunts or is this 12 Zans?
12
We need
Zans.
blunts.
12 Zans, like, again, I guess I'm revealing that I'm a chump who doesn't really party, but
Yeah.
12 Zans seems like you go to the hospital. I don't fucking think. I think you need to get your stomach pumped, probably.
Yeah.
Don't know. When the edibles kick in. I'm mad that I didn't guess weed quote tweets, because that is
Yeah.
turns out that is actually what it is.
Right. Yeah, no, you gave the internet too much credit and you said it me.
Yeah, I think I revealed like who I follow on Twitter is the problem. The types of people that I normally occupy my feed.
I like this idea that I really do want to do like what do they call it? A taxonomy with you, June, of like different types of tweeters. And there's the it me tweeters and this person's on drug tweeters. And I like the idea that there are different categories of people. People who seek to other people by saying they're on drugs, and other people who seek to bring them into their own shared experience of like,
Right.
you know what? You're not so strange. You know what? It me.
Well, and also like, let's be real, monster fuckers who
I
are
was
like.
about to say that.
That's like, I think my Twitter feed is like 50% like it me, like 50% like look at this hottie, probably like, you know, monster fuckers.
Hunk fuckers?
Hmm?
And hunk fuckers are hunk
Oh.
fuckers. Monster fuckers.
Yeah, hunk fuckers. I definitely. Well, I follow Rachel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
Kentucky. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's my buddy Ben. Sure.
Right, that's the category. So it's like the people who want to put this on someone else and the people who want to put this on themselves. It's my girlfriend. It's my buddy Ben.
Yeah.
It's right. It's
And I
just
still love the cryptid in that situation.
Huh.
Taking the pale creature into my home and nurturing it to help like a baby bird.
that's
Yeah.
the only one I want.
That's good. That's good because it's not sort of like a dismissive, but it's also not like oh, this is just me. It's like you're creating a scenario that I can invest in. This is a creature that you need to nurse to health. I'm on board with you. Want to hear more?
God, I love the pale creature. This is like, I love the pale creature.
You love the
Pale
pale
creature
creature.
is an underdog.
Yeah. It's endearing.
Yeah,
I think it's legitimately cute.
it is cute. Yeah, I love it because it's
I
like
love how timid it is.
It reminds me of my cats. It's like the fucked up thing is that like this is how they walk around when they're like a little nervous. Like
Yeah.
this is what they do. They're low to the ground. Pale creature doesn't want to be seen. Pale creature in like 1 second is gonna like dash and hide under a coffee table. Like that's what's about to happen. Oh my god. Also, Onan the Barbarian is legitimately just a good handle.
where is that? Oh yeah, I feel like
yeah, that is really good.
yeah.
I also might follow that person.
Yeah, this is Mike Giordano, isn't it? Or is it not?
I
No.
don't think
No,
it is.
that's not. No.
Oh, okay.
It does
Also,
look
I
like
think
Mike
he's-
Giordano, though.
Yeah.
I have a
No,
lot of people. I have a lot of people who follow me who like look like people I know in real life. So I'm just like, do I know you in real life, or do we just know each other from the internet?
We're types.
Yeah.
But that's the pale creature. Hope you caught him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm surprised about?
What?
There should have been like half the responses I would have predicted had I noticed would have been jokes about Moorhead as the name of the town. Anyway.
It's a pretty good name. I think it's because there's nothing sexy about the way the pale creature is moving. I think if the pale creature was jaunty or sensual, then you would have seen a lot more jokes in that vein.
Right. Yeah. Me when I'm in Kentucky to get more head. Yeah.
Mhm,
Exactly.
mhm.
When I'm looking for the KY jelly for my KY cryptid. That's a sex.
Is that why it's called KY? It's Kentucky's main export?
Yeah.
I actually don't know what the KY and KY jelly stands for. Does anyone know?
I don't know. But one of the Google suggestions was KY jelly whole glaze. And I do think that's funny, and I do think that's a funny thing to call lube. Where is the whole glaze? KY jelly, why is it KY?
Oh, wow. All right, here we go. FAQ from ky.ca. The origins of the brand name KY are unknown. Two popular myths are that 1, it was created in Kentucky, and 2, the letters represent key ingredients used to make the lubricant.
How do they not know?
They don't yeah, they do. They do, and it's more embarrassing than either of those things. And that's why they're like, well, nobody knows. Well, maybe it's just Kentucky. No one should investigative journalism this. Is
There's
what
another sentence. There's another sentence. Although we can confirm that neither of these myths are true, the origin/meaning of the name continues to remain somewhat of a mystery.
I don't.
They fucking know. They know.
They're trying to build a social media frenzy.
I'm going to look for products that are alternatives to KY jelly because I'm so annoyed by that anecdote.
Also, KY jelly like makes a lot of different kinds of lube, and you walk down the aisle and they're like, this one makes your junk hot. It makes it feel hot. And I'm like, that's so scary. Where's the stuff that just makes it slippery? That's all I need. I don't need it to be warmed. That I'm afraid of it. I don't want that.
So wait, it's like someone combined lube with icy hot. You're like,
yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't think that's safe. Like, and they're always like fire and ice. Like, it'll make your dick hot and your partner's pussy cold. It's just like, why?
I know. I do know that people sometimes like will put on lube and they're like, oh, it's cold. And I feel like they were like trying to solve that problem. But they're like, have you made the lube that's not cold yet? It's like, well, boss, we went too far. Now it makes you super hot.
Now it'll make you feel like you have a localized infection.
It's like you have a fever, but only on your dick. The rest of you can pass the COVID test, but your dick.
Good news, boss. This wildly inflamed my asshole.
Man,
I know, boss. I know you didn't ask for that, but you got something here.
And the boss is like, "No, Tompkins, those are good results."
Tompkins, we knew there was a reason we hired you for this company.
I love you, you miserable bastard.
You've got great ideas in your first
on the
anything we have on your butthole. We're so grateful you're here.
Thompson's really innovating the ways people feel weird during sex. Thank you for all your work. And there will be a monument when you die.
Thanks for help getting us all slippery, Tompkins.
Oh man, now I'm just thinking about the funeral. Everyone's trying to hold the casket up, but it's too slippery. It's covered in lube. That was nice work.
It's like an ass scene on TV.
Does this always happen to you? And it's just people dropping pallbearers, dropping coffins,
lube covered coffins to fit in that hot, tight hole in the earth. Anyway, I did want to move on to a new tweet. This tweet says, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here." Would you like? I'm going to read for our audience and for you all with me on the show what this caption's referring to. Here we go. What if you could own a stake in Harry Potter? What if the book series functioned like a publicly traded company where individuals could buy stock in it? And as the franchise grows, those stocks become more valuable. If this were the case, someone who purchased just 3% of Harry Potter back when there was only one book would be a billionaire now. Just imagine how that would affect the reading experience. Suddenly, a trip to Barnes & Noble becomes an investment opportunity. Early readers could spot the next big thing and make a $100 contribution that becomes $10,000 or even $100,000 if the book's popularity grows. If the readers could own a percentage of the franchise, they might then be incentivized to help that book succeed.
All right. Do we have? I feel like this was written by the chief editor of Esquire's 15-year-old son.
Oh, that's such a good guessing game. Like, who was this? Yeah. Elle Griffin. I actually I feel like the girl boss energy is there.
Yeah.
I feel like that works. Oh, L.
It felt so much to me.
Look at how
Like-
hard she's thinking
like
about
the
ways to ruin shit. Like, look at her picture. What did I fucking trash today? People still enjoy books. It's one of the few things that allow us to escape from the nightmare zone we live in. What if we fucking ruined them?
She's writing a utopian novel.
That's really good.
Also, you know that this person her utopia is probably like highly like crypto libertarian shit because she's like
people
I'm
spending
writing a
huge
novel
money.
and would anyone like to invest in it perhaps through some sort of token? I don't know.
I love this. After I finished my first novel, I spent an inordinate amount of time researching how to publish it. What I found is that no one reads books, and thus traditional publishing isn't really working for authors. I do love the idea.
Book is incorrect, but okay.
I do love the idea that she was having trouble publishing her novel, and people didn't want to tell her that the novel wasn't good, so they're just like, you know what? No one reads.
I also love the idea of an inordinate amount of time researching how to publish it, like it's complex.
Did we lose a D?
Did you?
Briefly.
Am I here?
An inordinate amount of what? Oh, an inordinate amount of time researching how to publish it.
Yes, hello.
Which, to be fair, publishing is confusing, and this person's not wrong that like lots of art is harder to monetize than ever. Like,
yeah,
you don't make money from selling books very much. It's true.
You don't
Although,
make,
to be
you don't
honest,
make money from stuff with intangible value these days.
to be fair, you can at least still like sell a book and like people buy them. Like that does happen. People still buy them.
Yeah, but it has
Not like
to be.
records. No one
The
buys.
only way to make money publishing books right now is to have worked in the White House and write a tell-all.
Fair enough.
To me, the most interesting thing is like there's this premise which is putting forth that she can help solve the problem with the traditional publishing industry, and what she's really selling is herself as this sort of this innovator in the publishing sphere, and she's going to do that by having these really sort of grim ideas. So she's sort of like this storyteller, but the stories are not about what's in her books. It's about herself as this sort of person who is crypto interested or crypto enthusiastic, and she's clearly already succeeding because based on this, she's already getting placed in fucking Esquire. So she figured out how to sell herself.
Well, there was that phase, right? And I wonder like how long it'll take before it fizzles out, but it feels like every major like outlet was like, oh fuck, we need an in-house crypto crank like right now. Shit. Like people care about NFTs. Like we need somebody to just, I don't know, write op-eds about why these are a good idea because none of us understand them. So let's hire somebody. Like, and this lady scored great. Good for her. I don't know.
I love Who Are the Literary Geniuses on Substack, which is like assumes a lot about Substack, right?
Like, why are they on Substack? Well,
Also
this is
assumes a
something
lot
I
about her
saw
own-
No, go ahead, Adi.
It just assumes a lot about her own capacity to judge literature.
Yeah. I missed the pandemic? Okay. All right. Well,
A poem she wrote for
TikTok.
Like we have to read the subheading as well.
Oh, are we gonna watch it?
He's
I don't
like
know,
a
should
Mad
we?
Libs.
I think
She's
we
not a
should.
writer.
I think we should watch it.
Yeah, we should watch it.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Oh no!
Here we go.
Amidst the pandemic, folks are full of systemic. Every moment with friends, calendars full when we're at end. I feel guilt, a pressure that I built, entering every text and message without checking my own perspective. I want to live free, to travel and to see the whole world at my feet, the path decided upon by me. Just as in an open road, the ones I love in the unknown, but now everything's a chore. Look at the busyness of before. Did it land of pleasure, or have we returned to the pressure? Do I have the power to say no, to overcome FOMO, to be selfish and
Oh. Oh.
Insult came in. With
I
a hot
can't believe that the point of the rap is
the life that I designed?
I'm sorry.
I
keep going.
miss the point of the wrap is effectively I miss the pandemic because I miss when the fact that we were shut down because millions of people were dying was a good excuse for me to not see my friends that I hate. I guess. I don't know. Oh, here's the actual text.
I miss the pandemic. Life's so full, it's systemic.
It's
First of all,
systemic.
already worst poem I've ever read. Every moment with friends, calendar's full. When will it end? So she's upset that she has too many friends and too much shit to do.
I can't wait till that. Well, one day it will, and you may regret that.
I don't want to say it can end whenever you want because we all have power in this world to do one thing to ourselves to make everything else.
That's fair.
It's fair. I feel guilt, a pressure that I built answering every text and message without checking my own perspective. I want to live free, to travel and to see the whole world at my feet, the path decided on by me.
Hold the phone. That was
What?
one of the major things that you were not supposed to do during the pandemic. That's like one of the main things that you weren't supposed to do.
Oh, you're saying that
She's like, I miss the pandemic. She's like, I want to live free and travel and see the world. And you're like, but that's okay. That wasn't the time for it. Is that what you were doing? You shouldn't have been.
No,
you pandemic wrong.
You pandemic wrong. Okay. Just us and an open road. I guess if it's an open road, technically.
Yeah, that's fine. No one's nearby.
Like keep 6 feet away on the open road. The ones I love.
Timing was great.
The ones I love in the unknown, but now everything's a chore, filled with the busyness of before.
Oh God, I don't know. I can already see she put FOMO in the poem.
Didn't we learn to treasure, or have we returned to the pressure? Do I have the power to say no, to overcome FOMO, to be selfish and resist?
Those don't rhyme, by the way. No and FOMO, that's not a rhyme.
It's a slant rhyme at best.
Yeah.
To be selfish and resist, to have adventures and persist, to create a life that I design, and to follow my own mind. Can anyone relate? I opened comments to all subscribers on this one if you want to join me here. So you can leave a comment if you'd like on L. Griffin Substack. There are 34 comments.
Wait, hold on. That one person just had production notes.
Yeah, they wanted it auto-tuned.
I need this slightly auto-tuned, kick the beat up a few notches, and turn into a song. This will be the new My Money Don't Jiggle Jiggle.
As a producer, I will say one of the big beginner mistakes is people make a beat and they forget to add more notches. They forget to kick it up. It just makes a beat.
You really had me, June. I really thought you were going to say something.
But there's a little slider that you can slide that turns the beat up a few notches, and you gotta slide it. It makes the song way better.
That's like the Emeril Lagasse of beat making. Kick it up a notch.
And I do want to reiterate, like, we're not picking on this woman for no reason. The reason we're picking on this woman is because she wrote about how books should be crypto and we should all own parts of books and we should be paid out when they get popular.
Conceptually, it also makes literally no sense. What are you investing in? Like, what do you mean? You're just investing in clearly you actually don't know how publishing works.
No, so I read a little bit of it on one of the things on her page. And it sounds like it's more actually an investment in the author, and it's like subscribing to the author as an invest. It's and like then the price of them goes up, but you're locked in at your better rate. and you
Yeah.
can sell
As an
that
artist, what if
somebody
you could,
else
instead of
token.
just being an artist, you could be a corporation? You could incorporate yourself and then have a board of trustees that tell you what to do.
Right. That's
It would rule.
the best way to produce art is to be beholden to a bunch of invisible decision makers.
Yeah. You would be sick.
Yeah, I remember. I just think, so as I think about like how it is to be an artist and how much it sucks and like you don't get paid for it. And I do sympathize with people trying to answer that question. I don't know that there's an answer that isn't just, quadruple the National Endowment for the Arts that just doesn't end up incredibly grim and dystopic. I feel like it was better back when, like you were Michelangelo and there was just like one guy who was just super rich and he would just like give you money. And I'm like, that's probably the best model outside of government funding, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
sponsorship.
Yeah.
And specifically, like, that is the thing everyone's trying to replicate now, because like that's what Patreon is it's everyone trying to like crowdsource it. And the problem with that, right, is there's still not enough money to go around. Like, it doesn't really work well enough for everybody. But you're right that like it's the model that works, unfortunately, is like, that's the thing. If you want good art, then you shouldn't expect dividends from it. The thing you get is the art. Like that's the thing that is wild too in like the field of like when crypto was happening too, there were all those like crypto video games and stuff. And it's like, I see somebody like this is another version of, what if instead of just like enjoying art sometimes, you could also profit off of enjoying art? What if art could be another form of labor that while you consume it, you also make money? And it's like, I think that's the grossest shit you can do. I think it's very gross. And I also think it's sad. I'm like, good Lord, go eat a fucking apple. Like, go touch grass. Like, Lordy.
Yeah,
What else did Al Griffin do?
I always finish a great novel and I'm like, that book was so good, but I really lost money by reading it. Like, fuck. I felt things, but I guess I'm poorer now because of opportunity cost. What a bummer. Guess I won't read anymore.
Every time I read a book, I'm like, man, I should have been doing deals.
Wait.
Buying stock.
But June, solution to your problem: get people to invest in you as a reader.
Pay me to read books.
Yes.
Okay. How does that work? What do I?
Well,
what am
I don't know. We need to figure out a way they can also make money off of their investment in you for doing it. So you have to be a great reader of it.
Right. I have to make lots of sounds while I'm reading it. Like, ooh, wow, that's pretty good.
Ha!
Ha! Oh, ooh, scary.
And then you
Ooh la
occasionally
la.
and it's like a cliffhanger as to whether you'll find your page.
So you're saying I should start a Twitch stream where people pay me to read their books on stream? I mean, is this an open slot? This is another 2MB pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you read trashy novels, but you don't comment on them. It's not like a podcast where we're gonna riff on it. You just get to hear an audio feed of me reading the book.
That's how we're gonna make reading worthwhile.
There you go.
I feel like the more time I spend on this person's page, the more I do like get strangely like involved with her as like her psychology behind this. This person ultimately has a sort of semi-sympathetic, source material, which is just like she just wants people to read her fucking writing, which I get it. But like this idea that she has to do it full time and that she's going to get people to read it sort of by hook or by crook sort of builds up this sort of whole psychology that is sort of possibly as fascinating as her writing. I'll have to read her writing. I want to I do want to sympathize with the fact that poetry is hard. So I don't necessarily know if her prose is reflected in the poem we all just made fun of. So maybe by next week I'll have read some of Elle Griffin's fiction that she does. It does seem to be all free on her site. And then I'll come back with a verdict. How does that sound for everybody?
That sounds
That
good.
sounds great.
Yeah.
I also, you just helped me understand exactly what this is, which this is a very good villain origin. There is a kernel of a point,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it is just taken so far in a toxic direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
If this were a Marvel film, in the third act, she would be like, and to prove my point, I'm going to shoot a bus full of children.
I mean, the problem with Marvel movies is that none of the villains want people to read their novel, which I feel like the predominant motivation of real life villains. And that's the thing that Marvel movies are the most unrealistic, is that nobody has a novel that they're trying to get other people to read. And that's why
Thanos snapped because no one would read his screenplay and he was just mad about it. I would that works for me. That's funny.
it's fundamentally
It's real.
People often talk about how Marvel villains don't have any meat on them, and it's because they're avoiding one of the greatest motivators in human society, which is like, read my novel, please.
I spent so long on it.
I spent so long on it. I swear it's good. It would make me so happy if you did. And like, how hard can it be? I see you reading novels all the time.
Oh God, I have seen this video.
Have you seen this video? You have not.
No.
This is very good.
This is very good. I thought it was important for us to cover it on the show. Here we go.
I like to dance, I like to hug. I'm just Tina, so I just want to. No, I'm just inside. I'm just like Freud. You're more Latino than.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
That clip justified the last 25 years of reality TV.
It's funny because it's cut perfectly, and the line is so perfect that if you told me that it was from like a talking head single camera sitcom,
Right.
I would believe you.
Right. Absolutely. That's a white character on Abbott Elementary.
And just the pause before the producer says, "Are you Latina?" The pregnant moment in which her entire life is about to be blown up.
Are you?
And I want to add that.
Inside.
I want to add that. I want to add that I retweeted this in the morning, and when I retweeted this morning, this had 1,000 likes. Like, it's on its way to 1 million likes today. Like, this has sparked an extraordinary passion in people. Like, people love this clip more than they like almost anything else on this website. All of this action is from today.
That's amazing.
It's also like it's so crazy racist. Like the fact that she's like, "Oh yeah, this is what it means to be Latina." I'm like dancing bad in a hot tub. Like, that's her conception of I mean, not even just one culture, many different nuanced cultures. It's like, no, I dance bad in a hot tub. That's Latina.
Latina than Polish.
I think there's so many ways to approach this clip and so many ways to appreciate and enjoy this clip. For me, what I love about it is this idea that she was completely unprepared for this person
The
to ask a
question.
follow-up question, which makes me feel like she just goes throughout her life just saying weird shit that no one ever calls her out on. And once that happens, she deflates like a balloon that's popped itself on the top of the Empire State Building. Like she is having so much fun just saying,
She
just saying.
gets so much smaller.
She gets so this has never happened to her before. Like she's never said something and then someone asked her a question, which makes me think maybe she hangs around guys who just talk about themselves. Like it's almost like she doesn't understand. She is unfamiliar with people asking questions about the things she's saying, which I think is like extraordinary.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's an unbridled happiness and pure confidence when she says it, where she's like going back to it, like she's partying again. She's reliving the moment, and she's completely unprepared for somebody to ask her whether or not she is the race she is claiming to be.
I will offer a counterpoint. I'm not saying you're wrong because you might be very right, but she did go to no just inside very quickly, which makes me think that she's had to justify other lies before, and she has a go-to explanation that someone accepted somewhere along the way that she.
I have to say, if I were her,
Yeah.
I would have lied. I don't know, like I would have lied again. Like you already lied big, babe. Like you gotta lie again. Like you can't bail. This is like watching Tony Hawk go for a 900 and like just completely like shit his pants at the top.
Getting
of
like
the arc.
a 5.
Like yeah, he's just like imagine if like instead he just like took the skateboard and threw it away like in the air. Like she gave up.
Yeah, you're watching this and you're thinking you never will become Alec Baldwin's wife with this attitude. You have to stick to the story.
It's like, I think she thought she could, and as soon as she had to, she was like, let's be honest. I don't think, I think she had a moment where she was like, no one's going to believe me. The producer already asked, and I don't feel like anyone ever asked Alec Baldwin's wife, you know, like, yeah. God, this is beautiful.
So fucking perfect.
And it's delicious. It's really good. Oh my God.
Chart of her state is.
And she's Polish.
And I think there's something heady. There's something heady about the clip where I keep thinking about it. I'm like, it's so rare that someone just like basically admits they lie on television immediately. And the fact that she's on television, but she's like this unguarded and this unready to defend herself. You're just like, people like this are never on television.
No. She's both like, it's why I think she comes off as like a character from like a TV show or something, because like nobody's like that.
Right.
Where you would be willing to go this big 1 second and then be that sheepish the next is like, it's really jarring. No one behaves like that. It's like I said, right? Like you would expect someone who lies like that big to just lie again.
Right.
But like, this is so vulnerable and weird. Like, she's so ashamed of herself. It's such a bizarre moment. Like you're right. You don't see people experience guilt on TV because like no one feels it for real.
Mm-hmm.
God, but she is feeling it.
I'm also wondering, like, I know there are stereotypes about like a Polish stereotype is that it's like a pretty somber culture, but it also seems like she has like some serious associations with being Polish, some really negative associations with being Polish.
Yeah.
And she really fucking doesn't want to be. And that is also very interesting to me.
Yeah, she has trauma around pierogi. I'm Polish, and as you can see, it's really affected my personality. So get it.
Anyway, this is probably the biggest clip that we've ever shown. No clip I've shown on the show has been as popular as this one. I think
Well, and it's like you said, you bookmarked it earlier before it went totally big mode, and it did.
it really
Yeah.
did.
No, sometimes you just know. Like that's got everything. It's perfect.
This missive says Kibasa hurt her tummy. Yeah. Yeah.
I do want to look at one more tweet before we sign off. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for everyone who's been watching tonight. We've had a great audience, a really enthusiastic crowd for this show, and we really appreciate it. And I hope that even if you came here out of guilt or out of the idea that we're sick and you should make sure we don't die on camera, we do appreciate you watching. So this was the last tweet we're going to look at. It's from Transgender Marks at Jupiter, and it says, New York Times, please don't fire me. And this is what the tweets say. Senator Joe Manchin says, this morning I tested positive for COVID. Nina Turner writes, I hope you get better, Senator. May this be a time for you to reflect on how lucky you are to have health care and a job that provides sick leave. Transgender Marks writes, I hope he doesn't recover. At which point someone says, Nam Dider says, this is a New York Times journalist hoping a senator they don't agree with dies. And we can see their the tweet that they're referring to says is their pinned tweet. Let's go to their pinned tweet here. Just a moment. Well, it finally happened. I was contacted by the New York Times to fill the president of journalism position, and I accepted. This is and you see that between Dean Beckett and Jacqueline and M. Wells, they've put their avatar, which is a purple dinosaur with a press hat.
Incredible. President of journalism.
One assumes they photoshopped the hat with the press on it for the purposes of that pinned tweet, which makes it better. I just really love this idea that this person is trying to get this person fired from a job where they have said that
President of journalism.
they're the president of journalism.
I love the idea that a month ago this person did this to their profile and started writing like shit posting or whatever on the internet, hoping someone would take the bait, and just hoped and just hoped and just hoped, and then it paid off.
They had another comment where they were like, I legitimately was never trying to like bait anyone with this shit. I just like, I can't believe anybody thought this was real. I was like just being a weirdo. Unbelievable. The tweet at New York Times, please don't fire me, is very good.
It's so good. It's such a good bit.
Oh God.
Wait a second. Guys, follow up the Nam de Dur. Let's see what's happening with them. Their account is now gone.
they just out of smoke, disappeared.
I mean, if you beef it that badly on Twitter, the polite thing to do is simply delete your account and you know, if you have to go make a new one, do it. But you have to start over in a new town with a new name. It's just yeah.
I do love this idea that if you do put that you are a New York Times editor or writer in your bio, people will try to get you fired when they don't like what you tweet, which I just think that's a proud and wonderful tradition that I hope we continue to uphold as we all continue to tweet on this terrible website.
Yeah.
It's really good. Lying about your jobs in ridiculous ways is an evergreen bit.
Mhm. I also just like love this expression. Dinosaur.
It's so good.
It's really good.
And the absolutely just like the completely different perspective on the photoshopped hat, where it's just a completely different angle. Like it's just, it could never pass muster as like a picture that's not wildly photoshopped. Like it immediately reads that way.
You're like, clearly the light source on the dinosaur is from the front, and the light source on the hat is from the top.
It's just like, even if you looked out of the corner of your eye, never could you mistake this for a picture of a person. It is bright purple. It's clearly an MS Paint thing. It's very good.
But there's also a population that so doesn't even understand what the New York Times is.
Yeah.
And hates it so much that it's ready to accept anything as New York Times.
That is very much the bit, like the president of journalism thing is like a good encapsulation of that, where they're like, some people do think the New York Times are just like, I guess, in charge of the news.
Right.
Well,
And they're a cabal of dinosaur people, and
Yeah.
Yep.
I do like the idea that you could do like this is a They Live situation where if you put on the right glasses, this is what everyone in the New York Times looks like.
Yeah. They're all dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're all little purple guys.
Guys, those are the only
Wow.
tweets that were good this week, also known as the tweets of the week. Give it up for all those tweeters. Let's do snappies. I like to do a little snap, snap, snap. Amazing. Thank you all for looking at those tweets with me. They gave me a chuckle, and I hope they gave you a chuckle as well. We're almost at the end of the show. We do have one more segment. Adi is not just a father. He is also a meme maker. I have told him that for the show, he must make a new parenting meme every week and show it to us because he is creative and we deserve the fruits of that creativity, much like we all deserve a cut of Harry Potter. So, Adi, please, maybe a little context, but definitely share with us your parenting meme of the week.
yeah, a lot of my parenting memes are about my children, and this week's is not about my children. This week's about the other parents I interact with on the internet, and the stories we have to tell ourselves sometimes. And so, with a tiny bit of further ado, I'm very pleased with myself for this.
Adi, did you make this?
I did make this.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah. This is what parents do. They all, Heather, it's about us all. It's about me.
Yeah.
It's about you. It's about me. Heather is from Parenting Facebook. Heather, I brought here from there. We do this. The term parenting win gets thrown around like girl boss sometimes.
People say parenting win. Yeah.
A lot, actually.
That's rough.
I mean, people aren't as horrible to their children as this meme would make it seem. At many good moments, we are very proud and very supportive of our children, but also we will cling to anything to say we did a good job, and we will find our own value through our children's behavior.
When your child makes a great choice and deserves credit, does that taste bad? Is that meme? Because that's what the meme means.
I know. It's thinking about it in those terms that tastes bad.
I actually think Kombucha Girl was actually, and I hate to do this because I feel like I did this with the Flex meme.
No, I know what you're saying.
I think Kombucha. I think you needed to use Drake.
It was either Drake or Geordie LaForge. You're right.
I think that's what you needed because this one is, I'm not sure I like this, and then I realize I do, but this is.
No, you're correct, and June, I have some confidants that I go to occasionally to workshop.
Dismissive says Drake can't be in a meme about children, and that's true.
There is like a redone version of the Drake meme with like an anime girl who is like the
Mhm.
Good.
No, but there's also there's the Geordie LaForge, which is like
That's true.
I like Geordie LaForge, LeVar Burton.
LeVar. I love LeVar.
LeVar's great for a children meme.
It's so true. I do like that the version of Kombucha Girl that you found though is crispy fried. Like there's like this is the level of meme that I like where it's like got some JPEG artifacting, like the resolution is wrong and it's like that's how it should be. Like it's crispy around the edges. That's a good image. It's a good meme.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, no, I think you're right. This was actually, I threw this one together very quickly, and I did not workshop, which I do very often do. And I think I might have come to that had I thought about it more. But yeah, in general, this is one that like actually like tapped into something that like the moment it crystallized for me, I was like, oh, we do this as parents. This isn't great.
Yeah.
So.
And yet, like, for me, like, there's a certain level of, like, can I really dunk on parents for being cringe? I don't know. You have kids. Like, it's very reasonable to be a little cringe. Like, you're doing a very good job of the difficult job. Like, the only way to not be cringe is to, like, spend too much time researching how not to be. And, like, parents don't have that time. Like, no, you have to go take care of children.
Right. Part of the initial impetus for Parenting Meme Corner, back before I even made my own, way back in January 2022, was basically that. Like parents will cling to anything to make them laugh, and it's fine.
I like that. It's like swinging into the other direction where it's like projecting the idea of parenthood is like, it's like, I don't know, walking through the zone. Like anything to make me smile in these bleak times.
Well, no, just that like the drain, the strain of parenthood, the permanent kind of makes almost anything permissible.
You need a little hit of smile juice, and it's okay.
And if it's at your children's expense, it's fine.
Yeah. I think it's okay. I think it's okay to laugh at kids. I think kids are fine with it.
Yeah, kids are fine with it.
Yeah.
And more importantly, they're funny.
They're so funny. God.
I would say that's number one issue. Are they funny? Well, that's where laughter comes from. I'm sorry. If you don't want to be laughed at, maybe you should be less funny. Everyone, this has been Honorable Mentions. Adi, June, any parting words you'd like to share with our very loyal and much appreciated and much loved viewers?
If you tell a lie about your ethnicity and someone questions you on it, tell the same lie about your ethnicity.
I think that is true. I think the thing I would like to leave everyone with is I'm probably going to like write a song tomorrow, and if anybody wants to get in early and invest, you want a stake, and you want to get him a little stake, I'm selling 1% of the song for $1,000. It's going to be very good. Otherwise, I wouldn't legally be allowed to charge that much. So you know, it's going to be a great song. Send me some money.
My final thought is, everyone is called a grifter or a scammer nowadays. And I think those words are rapidly losing all and any meaning. Now we're just a bunch of people who are trying to make money. We're all the same. Ultimately, the guy who sells Bitcoin, same as the guy who picks the apples on the orchard. I don't see a difference, and I hope you don't either. That's where I'm leaving you all today. Definitely.
A lot of good apples on that orchard over there.
If you lose the apple, you still have the receipt of the apple, so it's like you didn't lose anything at all. You still have the apple because you got the receipt. Also follow June, Miss Bones, at Miss Bones on Bandcamp. Her music is great. And I'm not just saying that as a fan of June the person. I'm saying that as a follower of June the brand. Give it up for the brand. Give it up for the brand. We all love buy your little Miss Bones novelty bones with a
Yeah.
big
We do have t-shirts. You can buy it if you go to our Instagram. You can buy t-shirts.
Are there bones on the shirts?
You want to see it? I'll show you one. I feel weird showing my merch, but we're gonna do it anyways.
We're doing it.
It is because it is actually just pretty fun. I like it.
Fantastic.
I
I
love
can't
it.
make it straight because I can't. Yeah. So it does have a skeleton on it. It's pretty
That's
good.
beautiful. That's great.
They're not bad.
If you wear a Miss Bones shirt and are buried in it, and archaeologists find you 1,000 years in the future, they'll be like, "Wow, that is the bones of a Miss Bones fan." You will not be. They will know who you were.
It's true. Our t-shirts, we went out of our way to make sure that they are not biodegradable. They will never decay. Every single one that's bought will outlive all of us and will choke a whale. So get in on them.
And if you get buried with your lover and you're both wearing Miss Bones shirts, they'll be like, "These are lovers, not roommates," because Miss Bones fans always kiss each other. That's a Miss Bones promise.
It's a Miss Bones promise, baby.
This has been Honorable Mentions. This has been so fun. Thanks for watching us. We're gonna go continue to recover. Adi from playground illness and me from COVID-19, the novel coronavirus. Give it up for June. Give it up for yourselves. Good night. Good luck and good posting.